even though I was more worried about being murdered than showing off my underwear. There was no response. A bus station was fairly safe. An abandoned parking lot surrounded by rundown industrial buildings? Not so much. Another crashing noise made me turn around again. There was nothing there. But I'd heard it. I backed away slowly and tripped over something. Whatever it was sliced into my skin as I fell onto the hard pavement. Damn it! I looked down at the line of blood on my ankle. I was naked and bleeding, and now I had tetanus. I heard another loud noise and tried not to cry out. If there was someone out there, I didn't want them to know where I was. I'd already called hello like an idiot. I stayed low and crawled away from the spot. Staying low was good. That was a thing, I was pretty sure. Or was it serpentining? Ow! My left knee just nicked something too. I looked down and something glinted in the moonlight. Peeking out the top of my bra was the key card that James had given me. Oh, thank God. It felt like a miracle. How had I forgotten about the key card? James being an asshole was the best thing that had ever happened to me. Now I had somewhere to go that was safe. I could head back to the hotel. How long had we been driving since leaving homecoming? 20 minutes, maybe? In New York traffic, that was like just a few miles, right? I could get back to the hotel and ask James for help. As far as I was concerned, he owed me. I could swear him to secrecy so he wouldn't tell Isabella I was still in New York. It was the perfect plan. I didn't know where I was, but I'd recognize something eventually. I just needed to start moving. And I needed to get as far away from here as possible. I looked behind me to make sure I couldn't see anyone. The coast was clear. I pushed myself up and started running as fast as I could. Luckily for me, I'd been training for my mile run in gym class. If I could just figure out how to get back to the hotel, everything would be fine. And maybe if I ran fast enough, I wouldn't get arrested for public indecency. I ducked into an alley a few buildings away from the hotel. New York was nothing like Delaware. Apparently, a girl running through the city in a makeshift dress made out of a soggy map in the middle of October wasn't such a strange sight. The lack of shoes and blood didn't faze them either. For the most part, everyone just ignored me. A few people laughed and rolled their eyes like I was the new crazy lady in town. A few men whistled at me, which made me increase my pace. But mostly, I was ignored. Or maybe they'd called the cops on me and I was just gone before they'd arrived. All I knew was that if I'd run around like this back home, I would have been arrested for sure. I'd be sitting in a jail cell. Safely. Crap, was that a better plan than sneaking into the hotel? At least I'd be safe and warm in jail. But I'd be in jail. I tightened the map around my naked body as I peered around the corner at the hotel. I just needed to think this through. I couldn't run into anyone from the dance or they might alert Isabella. But as I tried to come up with a plan on how to get in, my mind felt as frozen as the rest of me. I shivered as I stared at the front entrance. Trying to get a cop to notice me and lock me up was looking like a pretty good choice as I stared at the ornate doors. The doors. There were more entrances to the hotel than just the main lobby. The first time I'd been to this hotel, I'd gone around to the staff entrance. I wasn't sure why I hadn't thought of it before. Probably because I was exhausted and cold, and minutes away from just curling up to cry myself to sleep in a dumpster. Stop. I was not dumpster diving tonight. I was going to go to James's room and demand he let me stay there for the night. Just until I knew for sure Kennedy was home safe. It was a great plan. I tried to stand up a little straighter and the map slipped out of my hands. Oops. I pulled it back around me as I made my way out onto the sidewalk. I walked as fast as I could up to the hotel and then made a quick left down the side alley.